Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another video of World of Warships. And today I am taking out the tier 10 IGN battleship, the Yamato. Oh boy, so currently I'm working on the Yamato, trying to get the legendary upgrade. Yes, I know, I'm taking a long time. I don't play tier 10s all too often. I'd much rather play the lower tiers. Not saying that I'm terrible at tier 10, I can play it. I just have a little bit more fun at the lower tiers. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm joined with Imperial in the Hindenburg, and got a semi-decent game. But yes, I'm currently working on getting the legendary upgrade, and that's why this is currently the prison Yamato. Because, well, I'm currently working on trying to get the money, and this game got me some decent amount of money, which is extremely nice. Now, as you can see on the naming team, kind of semi-decent tier 10 with a spattering of tier 9s and 8s. That poor Hakaym in Alabama. I kind of feel bad for them. Now, the Yamato, as many people are very well aware, it's a good ship. I mean, it hits hard, it can overmatch armor, bow armor on most other battleships and cruisers. But it has a very nasty tendency to overpenetrate a lot, and I, for whatever reason, just have the most unusual of dispersion at times, even though she's actually one of the best as far as Sigma value. Just watch how quickly this Hakaym goes down. Waiting for that Hakaym to turn. Go ahead and open up, and yes, I have my Yamato captain in there. Be nice to actually get first blood. But I'm actually not the one that does the kill. Get a Citadel though, and Imperial gets, I believe he got 2 or 3 Citadels, so that Hakaym just went instantly goodbye. Like, he was not there for long. That's the issue with tier 8s, you really gotta be careful. Now, one other thing is the enemy conquerors on the enemy side, hence an enemy. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of shocking. So of course, as usual, Conqueror spewing HE. No big surprise. I do rep the fire. Probably not the best idea, but at the moment, we're not actually being aimed at, which is actually kind of very surprising. Conqueror is eventually supposed to get a actual Citadel. I don't think it's in yet. Last time I heard, it's not. It's still work in progress, which Conqueror really does, because it's too many times we have seen Conquerors just selling broadside, firing and slinging HE every which way, and of course never actually gets punished for that behavior, because every other battleship teaches you not to sell broadside. Yamato, Montana, Republic, even the Kurfürst. Granted, the Kurfürst, it's definitely a lot more difficult to actually get those Citadels, but it still gets the normal penetration and does very significant amount of damage. Now in this battle, as you can see, we're kind of playing the very stationary battleship, reversing, pulling forward, and firing kind of at range, trying to get those nice little hits, especially against the Alabama. Once again, that's another premium I have issues with after the super testers complained about it being too easily citadeled. They lowered it all the way down. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. Anyways, so at the moment, it's very stagnant. And our team really hasn't captured anything. Actually, no one's currently captured. Do see on the western flank that we do have a Des Moines, a Seattle, and a Zhao pushing that way. I am trying to maybe bring my guns over, try to at least assist with taking out those ships. But you would think, with the fact that we do have a Tirpitz, a Gearing who is unfortunately very low on health, a Worcester, double Worcester, mind that, kind of in that area that, for the most part, they should be fine. Oh boy. Anyways, kind of very stagnant right now, so nothing too very much interesting. Now the Yamato is kind of the ship that is taught of keeping bow on, because she does have a very sizable weakness, and that is her cheeks right below her first and second turret, right below her second turret, in fact. Given enough angle, any battleship can actually penetrate through those cheeks and get a citadel, so she does really have to be careful whenever dealing with other battleships, because if she shows too much broadside, even if you think you are angled enough against other battleships, you're more than likely still going to get citadel. So in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and get turning. I do believe Imperial is asking assistance against this enemy Hindenburg. Going to try to assist at all possible. And yeah, we've just lost our Hipper, just lost our Haragumo to the enemy Gearing's torpedoes. But I think it's actually a very wise idea to push towards A and try to help out over there. And unfortunately, the Montana is also moving forward, so we're gonna have to try to slow up. But the Musashi actually gets the kill on that Hindenburg. Very nice job there. Torpedoes are inbound, which is, well, kinda a good sign that there is a enemy destroyer still over at the west hand side, and we know where the Gearing is, so more than likely that is the enemy Shimakaze. And I believe, unfortunately, someone ate a torp behind us, which is highly unfortunate. So we do know there's at least a very good chance that there is in fact a Shimakaze, and Yamato is not particularly a very nimble ship, so you do have to be extremely careful whenever dealing with DDs, and hopefully we won't be seeing any enemy DDs too terribly close. Hint hint, wink wink. Anyways, pushing back over, our Worcester goes down to the combined fire of the Zhao and the Des Moines. And that's when obviously the Des Moines comes around the corner and realizes there's a enemy Yamato. Now the Des Moines has a fairly sizable weakness, and that's the fact that her bow armor is very easily penetrated by almost all tier 10 battleships. Actually, correction, by all tier 10 battleships. So not really a ship that can kind of go bow on like the Stalingrad or the Moskva. And ooh, guns are reloaded, and something tells me we're gonna get a few over penetrations, no citadels. Yeah, 5 over penetrations and 2 normal penetrations, but we left that Des Moines fairly low in health. And now obviously they're running away because they do realize that is a Yamato pushing in. Now, at the moment, our team is actually even on ships, currently capturing the Sea Cap, but the Shimakaze on the enemy team does take out the enemy, or the friendly turrets. We do take out the enemy Seattle that decides to reverse right broadside to us, which is actually very surprising because normally you get over penetrations with the Seattle most times. Now we are currently being also focused down by that Zhao. And we do know at least there is a Shimakaze around, so we do have to be a little bit careful about any potential torps, especially since our damage control is on cooldown, and we are showing a lot of broadside to that Jean Bart, which is not particularly good. And there are those torpedoes, and there's the Shimakaze. Yikes. And Moyne actually gets a pretty good hit, but he waited way too long. And we are going to take out the enemy Des Moines, once again get a unneeded citadel. Unfortunately, Yamato's kind of a big boat. Do eat a torp, but do not get any flooding, which is very beneficial because, well, our damage control is off cooldown for another 30 seconds. But fortunately, Zhao gets behind the island and the Shimakaze is still in that smoke screen. Now we do know the Shimakaze at least dropped 1 torpedo, and this is a little close right now. Now honestly, right now I probably should have switched over to HE, since AP obviously doesn't do what it used to do. This is probably my error right now. I probably should have switched over to HE. Probably would have done a bit more damage, but we'll see. Fire is about to go out. Do hold off on my damage control. Fortunately, Conqueror is still a distance away, so aren't spotted. Do pop our damage, our repair party, trying to get a little bit of health back, but one torpedo from that Shimakaze will end us. So we really got to be hope he doesn't have any torpedoes reloaded, but more than likely that is probably the case now. It is becoming a very, very dangerous situation. We do know he's around in the smoke screen because we aren't being spotted, and any moment now that smoke screen is actually probably going to start dissipating. Yep, there it goes. It's starting to dissipate. Shimakaze's still sitting in that smoke screen, which is very amusing. Do pop my plane just in case I do go down, and lo and behold, there's his Shimakaze. Guns away, 10,000 points of damage, and he is still alive. He does drop torpedoes hard to port. Need to try to dodge the torpedoes as quickly as possible. Do get close quarter expert, which is very nice. Secondaries on the Yamato are pretty decent, and just look how close we got from almost taking those torpedoes. Do manage to get away with that, and almost might have to switch to brown pants from now on. So all that's left is right now on the enemy team is that Conqueror, Zhao, and a few ships out west. And the Zhao, I think he thought maybe I was dead, but he kind of noses out, and it's not very good idea. Do get a Citadel, earn Confederate, and hopefully we can get kill number 4. That would be fantastic. Secondaries are just firing away. Our heal is back up, which is gonna make sure we last a little bit longer. And unfortunately, Imperial is very low in health. Can we finish off the Shimakaze before the Zhao takes out the friendly Hindenburg? And lo and behold, we get a over penetration, and that is kill number 4. Yeah, Imperial there is a very hurting unit, and we do know there was at least a Conqueror kind of down in this direction. Conqueror does take out the enemy Montana, and things, I mean, are pretty much in our favor. Enemy team's not really able to do much. They still have a gearing around, but we do have 3 caps. We still have a Worcester and a Kronstadt. So there's not very much that they can do. This Massachusetts is just getting focused down. Do actually manage to get a hit, which is kind of nice. Don't do a lot of damage, which is alright. Would have been nice to actually get Kraken. But we still know there is still a sneaky Conqueror. And Conquerors are, well, they're a pain. Especially if they still have those repair parties left. Can just print out a new ship and pretty much get away with selling broadside. Not a big deal for it. This Conqueror is finally spotted and holding my fire. I'm hoping he'd at least show me a little bit more broadside. Would be able to at least do a bit more damage. And let's see if we can take him out. Shots inbound, and a decent amount of damage, 18,000 points of damage. Now, I probably should have just gone on the offensive. Yeah, hindsight's 2020. Probably just should have done it, just for the fun of it. Once again, guns are reloaded, and 18-inch guns. Shells coming down range, earn a high caliber, do 18,000 points of damage on a bow end target, and look at this. This just starts healing up, gets over 34,000 points of damage or health right now. And yeah, this is kind of the issue with the Conqueror. Granted, yeah, the Conqueror doesn't have as much health as many other battleships, but yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. But honestly, once again, hindsight's 2020, and this Conqueror is going to get focused down by this Kronstadt, who has fortunately come around broadside to him. And there's not much this Conqueror can do against this Kronstadt. This Kronstadt's gonna stay bow end as much as possible. And I don't know if I've actually seen this Conqueror fire any AP shells, so more than likely will go down very quickly. Worcester does take out the gearing. All that's left on the enemy team is this Conqueror, and I am rushing around trying to get a Kraken. Would be nice to steal it, however, we unfortunately don't get the kill, and this Conqueror goes down to the friendly Hindenburg, aka Imperial. So we do manage to earn a victory, brought home 632,628. Very much needed in grinding up the legendary module for the Yamato. Earned 13,842. Earned Confederate Close Quarter, Dreadnought, and High Caliber. Did 205,126 points of damage. Did actually earn a base XP of 3,042 XP, which is super nice and not overly common, especially I don't see very often battleships getting this. Not saying that they don't, but as far as damage wise, pretty much just across the board. Conqueror 53,000, Des Moines 42, Zhao 24, Shema 15,000, which is very amusing. And we ate a lot of damage, 119,459 points of damage. So overall, not a bad game for the Yamato. Definitely behaved a little bit better, but still trying to grind up, trying to get that legendary upgrade as quickly as possible for the Yamato. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.